This is Palm with Pro Box Respect TKO at the Park Plaza with Adam Smith from Sky Sports. Adam, how are you, sir? You all right?
Very good. Yeah, very excited about what is another compelling rematch in the long history of our sport. Can't wait for December the 17th. And of course, we've got the small matter of Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev in 3.5 weeks first. So a great end to 2017.
Adam, obviously there's still an announcement to be made about Deontay Wilder and Ortiz. What do you see happening there? Because obviously I think the WBC are due to make another announcement probably in the next 24 hours or so.
Well, I'll leave them to make the announcement. We're the broadcaster who are hopefully covering the fight. You know, we've got a deal in place for Wilder and Ortiz. Obviously, Ortiz has failed drugs tests, which is terrible for the sport. And if that's right, and if he's guilty of that, then yes, I believe he should not be boxing, should not be in a ring. I think it's happened before. However, you never know. You don't know what the governing bodies are going to do, what the New York Commission's going to do, what the promoters are going to do. So we have to sit tight from a broadcasting point of view, wait and see what the fight, whether the fight goes on or whether it's announced that he'll fight Romain Stavern or someone else. People are thinking Dylan Whyte might get the call. So listen, we're very interested in Deontay Wilder's career, obviously, because we think he's going to meet AJ at some point down the line. So hopefully we'll be bringing a fight to you on November the 4th, but we have to wait and see.
Adam, when Dylan Whyte fought Derek Chisora, that was for the WBC Eliminator, why hasn't that fight happened with Wilder?
Why hasn't that fight happened again?
No, why hasn't it happened?
Oh, with Wilder?
I want
to know why the fight with Chisora hasn't happened again, because Derek says to me every single time I see him, make me that fight, get me Dylan. And whenever I see Dylan, he says he's going to have to wait. You know, the money's not right. Look, I want to see Chisora Whyte again. That's a personal thing, because I think, apart from AJ and WK in the last year, that was one of the great heavyweight fights. I really enjoyed it. Dylan will get a chance. He'll get a shot. Maybe at Deontay Wilder, maybe at AJ again. Who knows?
Should be a bit easier, shouldn't it? With Eddie in the middle now for both.
Yeah, I mean, look. Ultimately, fights will happen. If Dylan keeps winning, he'll get his chance again. Yeah. If Derek keeps winning, he'll get his chance again. That's how it works. In heavyweight boxing, a loss like Dylan had or like Derek's had a few doesn't really detract, because there's not many top-level heavyweights around. So it's a bit of a roundabout at times, and I'd certainly like to see Chisora Whyte again. I'd like to see Whyte Parker. I'd like to see one of them against Deontay. I'd like to see a lot of fights. So there's plenty out there. And look, add Haye and Bellew into the mix, and the heavyweight division is flourishing.
It's very exciting. Adam, you've led many press conferences. What did you make of this one today?
Well, it was quiet, wasn't it? It was respectful. I did more talking than I really wanted to be honest. Asking the questions. There was a little bit of crossfire between them, the robbing the bank analogy and the, did you respect
what did
me
you make
and the
of
motivation. Well, look, I know what he's saying. I mean, David ultimately thinks he can go back to the drawing board and do things, infinitely better this time. I think he'll come in lighter. I think he'll work on tactics with Ismail Salas. I think that, on paper, the bookies see him as a favourite, and on paper, is he the better boxer? Certainly at times he's looked the classier boxer. Is he the better fighter? That's the big question mark. And will the body hold together again? Because we know there's sellotape stuck in there. I was talking to Darren Barker, our good friend, the other day, and he spent the last few years of his boxing career really sort of patching his body together, just trying to get through fights, and it gets harder and harder. And David hasn't had, maybe if you say, a legitimate win in many years now. So he can look great, he can sound great, the sparring can go fantastically, but under the lights and against a man like Bellew, we just don't know. He's installed his favourite again because people think he's got the class, the power and the skills to knock him out. But are they thinking of the old David Haye? Can Tony Bellew go through it again, stand up to the power and get through it? Will the body breakdown of David? There's so many factors to put into this. I can tell you one thing, no one can accurately predict what's going to happen this time around.
Adam, they look both in tremendous shape, and I think they said they're about 14 weeks out still from camp. Looking ahead, what potentially is in store for the winner of this fight?
I think if David Haye wins the fight, there'll be a clamour for a third. We'll have a trilogy. I'd love to do it, back in Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan, not an Everton fan, but Tony and I get on very well, so we can always go back to Goodison. They've got a great support and a great set of people there, and it was really enjoyable last time when he beat Makabu on that great night. If there's a trilogy, we'll have a trilogy in boxing. Herrera Morales and Gatti Ward and Bow and Holyfield, so many great trilogies in through the fight game. So we'd love that. So I think if David wins that's a possibility. Or he could go straight into the AJ sweepstake, and it takes a big win.
That seems to be the goal for him, though, doesn't it?
It's a big win to get back in the mix. But if Tony wins, I could see him either retiring and calling it a day, or possibly taking a fight with someone like Joseph Parker, and maybe trying to win a version of the world heavyweight title before he packs it in. I think that will be maybe the final icing on the cake, although I don't think he'll go anywhere near AJ. I think he has too much respect for him. They're friendly, and I think he just thinks it's too big a challenge.
David mentioned something about he wouldn't fight AJ or Wilder. Is that true, or?
Who, Tony?
Yeah, Tony Bellew, yeah. I think he'd fight Wilder, though, wouldn't he?
Tony never ceases to surprise and amaze me. He has been forgotten about so many times. He stunk the joint out at times. Those fights he had with Isaac Chilemba will not be ones that you'll be watching on your iPad anytime soon. Or I tell you what, the fight with Nathan Cleverly the second time. When he lost to Adonis Stevenson, it looked over. But never ever write Tony Bellew off. He's got a huge heart. He works so hard. He's got a brilliant coach in Dave Caldwell, and together they've got a great relationship, and they keep winning, and it's fantastic to see. So I don't know what he's going to do. Will he fight Wilder? He certainly won't be scared of Deontay Wilder, and it'll be a great promotion, won't it? I mean, they're two great characters. My gut feeling is he would try and choose someone a bit smaller. Maybe if Dylan managed to get a version of the world title, or Joe Parker, someone like that. But it would not surprise me if he beats Haye again and says, look, the fat man wins, and it's happy Christmas and goodbye. Because I think the other thing is, I don't think he really loves the publicity. I think he likes the home life, Tony, so I don't think he's going to miss that. So I don't think you're going to see much more of him in a ring.
I think you get the
so my message is enjoy him while he's here.
You definitely get the impression he's a family man. So I know he's going through some testing times at the moment. Adam, thank you so much.
Testing times, and we wish Rachel and the whole family, huge condolences from all of us. As I said, we're close to Tony. He works with us, and he's a lovely guy, as is David. They both are, and my thoughts are with Rachel, obviously, and Tony's got business to do, and that's what this is.
Definitely. Adam Smith, thanks for your time today, and look forward to December 17th. Thanks, Adam.